Have you ever looked at someone you really admire and wondered, what would it actually take to step into their shoes? I mean, to not just follow in their footsteps, but to inherit their entire legacy, and maybe even take it to the next level? Well, today we're going to unpack those exact principles of mentorship and, honestly, just audacious growth, all through one incredibly powerful ancient story.
So this is the big question, right? What does it really take to inherit a legacy? And let me tell you, it is not about just being in the right place at the right time. Not at all. It's about having a very specific mindset, getting through a series of tests you might not even realize are tests, and you got to have the guts to ask for something that sounds absolutely impossible.
Okay, so let me set the scene for you. Our story revolves around two key people. First, you've got the legendary mentor, Elisha. This guy is a giant, a man of incredible power who is, and I mean this literally, about to leave the earth. And then there's his protege, Elisha. For years, he's been right by Elijah's side, serving him, learning from him every single day.
So we're jumping in on the very last day of Elijah's time here. And you have to understand, this is not just some casual stroll through the countryside. This is a final, profound test of character. Everything that's about to unfold, it's all intentional.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because what looks like Elijah trying to get rid of Elisha to kind of shake him off his tail is actually the exact opposite. These aren't dismissals. Each one is a carefully designed test of commitment, of resolve, of pure loyalty.
So here it is, test number 1. And notice how it's disguised as this kind, totally reasonable request. Hey, you can just rest now. You've come far enough. Take a break. It's that first big temptation to settle, to take the easy, comfortable path out.
And boom, look at Elisha's response. This is not a simple no. It's a full-blown oath. It is a powerful, unshakable declaration. He's basically saying, my commitment to you is as certain as the fact that we are both alive. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so they get to the next town, Bethel, and what happens? The exact same test gets repeated. But now the pressure's on. Other people around them know Elijah is about to be taken. So that temptation to just stop, to stay behind with everyone else, it just gets stronger and stronger.
And yet again, Elisha's resolve does not budge 1 inch. He repeats the exact same oath. And this consistency is so crucial, right? It shows his loyalty isn't based on his mood or whether it's convenient. It is a core conviction that has been forged under pressure.
And now for the third and final test. They get to Jericho, right on the edge of their final destination. This is the absolute last chance for Elisha to quit before the big finale. Elijah gives him one more opportunity to stay behind.
For a third time, that powerful refusal. Elisha has proven it. He's proven his perseverance. He has said no to comfort. He's ignored all the doubters. And he has shown this incredible, unwavering loyalty. He has passed all the tests.
So now that Elisha has proven his worth, the entire dynamic just flips. They arrive at the Jordan River, and the real reason for this whole journey is finally about to be revealed.
This is the moment. This is the whole ball game. Elijah basically hands him a blank check. After all those tests, the mentor turns to the one guy who refused to leave and says, ask for whatever you want. So, what does he ask for?
He asks for a double portion. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds a little weird to our modern ears. Is he asking for twice the power? Twice as many miracles? Well, it is so much deeper and way more audacious than that.
So here's the key that unlocks the whole thing. The term double portion wasn't just some random phrase. It was specific legal language. In that culture, it referred to the inheritance that only the firstborn son got. He received twice the share of the family estate, specifically so he could carry on the family name and its legacy.
So let's translate that. Elisha wasn't just asking for more stuff or more power. He was audaciously asking to be named the official heir. He was saying, look, I don't want to just be another one of your students. I want to be your successor. I want your mantle, your authority, your entire legacy.
And Elijah's response here is just profound. He says, you've asked for a hard thing. But then he gives a condition. The inheritance isn't just handed over. It has to be claimed. Elisha has to stay locked in, focused, and present until the absolute final second. He can't blink.
So, what can we take away from this? This whole story is basically a playbook. It's a powerful mindset for anyone who wants to achieve that kind of exponential growth in their own life.
Let's break down what Elisha understood that honestly, so many of us miss.
All right, here's the playbook. First up, proximity is currency. Elisha knew being physically close to his mentor was the absolute fastest way to become like him. Next, refusing comfort is the price of admission. Every single stay here was an invitation to quit that he had to say no to. Then there's this. Service is not wasted time, it's tuition. All those years doing what might have seemed like basic tasks, that was his education. You also can't be intimidated by greatness. Elisha wasn't scared of it, he was inspired by it. And finally, and this is the big one, you have to dare to ask for the impossible, out loud.
And you know, this whole journey just proves there are no shortcuts. This wasn't just a physical walk, it was a total spiritual transformation. Each place had a symbolic meaning. It represented the inner work Elisha had to do to be ready. From rolling away the past to facing a death to his old self, every single step was a necessary part of the process to prepare him for the very thing he was about to ask for.
Okay, so why does any of this matter to you and me? Because this ancient playbook is 100% applicable to our own lives right now. All those years you've put in, the service nobody saw, the moments you just refused to quit, that's your journey. That's you passing the tests.
Just think about it. What would it look like for you to ask for a double portion in your career? I'm not talking about just the next promotion. I mean to become the true heir to the legacy you admire. To really grab the baton and run with it like you own it.
And what about your creativity, your art, your passion? Instead of just aiming for a little bit of improvement, what if you asked for an exponential leap? A massive jump in your craft, your vision, your ability to create something that actually lasts.
And what about your influence? Don't just ask to be heard, ask for the double portion, the ability to create real, lasting, positive change, to build a legacy that will actually outlive you.
You know, at the end of the day, this story leaves us with a really powerful truth. Legacies aren't just given to people who stop when things get comfortable or convenient. They are inherited by the ones who push through every single test, who keep their eyes locked on the prize, and who have the sheer audacity to believe they are worthy of the mantle. So the only question left is, will you refuse to leave?